what are your green flags when you pick a script?
If it's given to me.
I'm a big fan of Allu Arjun.
Dude.
I wish I was Allu Arjun in one life, you know.
Great dancer
I
also,
really
man.
just, I wish I could do this and, you know, it would just hit, but it doesn't hit.
The
Like
first
what?
workshop I went to, he had said actors shouldn't go to the gym.
ये कैसे बात है?
You shouldn't go to the gym because if you lift weights, your nerves, you won't be able to transfer some. He was saying scientifically. So I stopped going to the gym. I wanted to look the ugliest I could.
Correct.
Because I was like, now तो I'll be a sexy actor when I go and audition. Because इतना गंदा लग रहा है ये. तो ये तो मतलब.
He's an intimacy
Coordinator.
coordinator.
Yeah.
Certified.
Certified.
Yeah, certified.
The log line of the scene will be like, and they passionately embrace. So then you define what is passionate embrace. Is it 3 kisses, 1, 2, 3, take
correct.
2 beats, hug, you roll onto the bed. So you really break it down to make it the least titillating thing ever.
Hello and welcome to Permit Room. Today we have 2 very special guests. They are here to talk about Pinky Promise, a short film that has been that they star in. That is going to be released on the Permit Room channel.
It's a special one for us as well.
Us
Because
as
it's
well.
this is the first kind of collaboration this way.
Oh, how cool.
Superb, yaar.
Yeah.
Superb.
And please welcome Naina Bhan. She is an actor. She's a podcaster. She's done
Model.
quite a few things.
Many hats.
Yeah,
Many hats.
She's
Correct.
known as the phone pay girl as well.
She's a phone pay girl, correct?
Yeah.
That's true.
What's your name? That
Arya.
Arya. She's the smart ass who's telling people, hey, you can pay through linking your credit card to UPI. So that is Naina Bhan. And we have Yuktam Khosla. Yuktam is an actor. He's also a musician on the side.
Yeah.
He's also worked in casting for
Casting
Shanu
director.
Sharma.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is,
yeah.
Yeah.
which is like YRF is also an actor.
Also an AD.
Also an AD. All
A
right.
multi-hyphenate.
Oof.
Multi-
Wow.
Yep.
That's quite an intro, man.
What is
Yeah.
intro?
Well, I've done
Thanks.
your research.
Welcome guys.
यहाँ बाहर कुछ बातें नहीं हो रही थी ना. There was no conversation outside. This is happening here on camera. And we're like, wow, dude.
Yeah.
Welcome to Permit Room.
Thank you
Thank
so
you guys.
much.
Thank you so much.
Can we just explain to you what is a permit room just for context?
Of course.
Yeah, sure.
So
Yeah.
in Telugu states, like in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, next to the cheap wine shops, there is one room where you are permitted to drink.
Right.
That's where the raw talks really happen. Like, hey, raw talks. But, that's where like people are just uninhibited.
Yeah.
And they talk.
That's where all the discussions happen and none of this like you what do you say manubhavalu in English?
Nobody takes offense.
No one takes offense.
It's like candid,
Yeah,
free
candid
Yes.
friends. Yeah.
Yes.
Are there any women in the permit
No,
room?
I was just going to say that. Thank you for
Damn.
pointing that out. Naina is a fairly common name.
Yes.
Like Sai Santhosh. But Yuktam is a nice name, dude. It's a very like Sanskrit name.
Yeah.
Like what does that? Because I'll tell you, I thought it's like, you know, when they sell a product on advertising, they're like protein yukt doodh or something.
Protein yukt doodh.
Yukt. Yukt, don't they use it like that in advertising?
I've never heard of this term.
Yeah.
Oh
Even I
shit, I
haven't
might be
heard of
completely wrong. Okay, but what does Yuktam mean really?
Bro, so if I have to be really honest, even I don't know yet.
Should we ask
Let's Google
ChatGPT?
We can, but
But
I
what
think
can
it's
you
gonna be-
like try to guess by
It's
the
a
word?
positive
because
word.
it's of course.
What Yuktam means?
Suitable, proper, fitting or befitting.
Yeah.
Oh, proper. Are
Like
you
you,
a proper guy?
you are like Yuktam for any role.
No, man. So, see, my parents told me when I was a kid that it meant part of God. That it means, you know, that wisdom and this and that.
Okay.
But with time, I think all of that was a lie. Because I don't see myself suiting this name too much. But yeah, befitting is good. For an actor, befitting is good. I'll take that.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is not lying, guys. Fit for any role.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And what about you? Was Naina a common name?
No, I would like to believe that it was unique when I was born. And then
I'm so
Dharma
sorry
took
I
it
started
on.
off with that's a common fucking name. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
no, it's fine. But then Dharma took it on. Then there was Scholar Naina. There were many kinds of Nainas.
There's
and
songs also on Naina.
so many songs on Naina.
yeah.
A popular way to romance me when I was younger was to sing a song, heckle me with my own name.
Shit, what songs would they sing? I'm just curious.
Tere Naina, Tere Naina.
Naina, correct.
Yeah.
Nana lagiyan barish.
So many.
So many.
Yeah. But that's a nice name, Naina.
Thanks, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Pinky Promise is written and directed by Mukesh Manjunath, who has earlier already come on this podcast. He was a writer before this. Like he wrote a book
Book.
on
The Age of Heroes.
The Age of Heroes. So it is directed by him. So please watch it. And let's just start with Pinky Promise. I watched the short film.
Yeah.
And
I think it's one of those, like, I definitely think it's one of those films that captures a very, in a really sweet way, how most couples take their relationship to the next level by introducing families into the picture. And Indian families take up so much space in the marriage conversation.
Yeah.
And how that totally kind of changes the way life happens.
Yeah, one thing is like it's a very common story that is relatable to everyone across all the states.
What's
in
your
India.
story?
No, that you take a girl to
Yeah.
to your parents, and they are little
They're
they're
not
taken
excited.
back. Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
satisfied. They will obviously not be satisfied. But the way Mukesh has treated this film, that was really fresh.
But what's your story?
My story, I
Yeah.
just got engaged
Oh, how was that?
recently. Just like 2 weeks back.
How was the meeting? Congratulations, by the
It's a
way.
proper arranged marriage
Oh,
setup. But
I
we've
love
been
that.
talking for some 5 to 6 months, and then slowly kind of got to know each other.
5
and then
to
said-
6 months.
Yeah.
And
we have
do you find like the arranged marriage route to be like interesting? Is it what you thought it would be? Or?
I thought like maybe now the experiment is like to do arranged marriage.
Yeah.
Where I wanted to have
What
a
do you
love
mean
marriage, but it
experiment?
didn't.
What-
It didn't. Now like the grass is green on the other side.
Oh,
So
yeah?
Yeah. So,
That's true. I think arranged marriage is beautiful. That grass is very green for me.
yeah. No, I only gave into the fact that, in India especially, we always have like people around us who are waiting to get you a partner.
or not, according to Pinky Promise.
Yeah.
Or not. Yeah, going to Pinky Promise. So only,
sorry,
that is the only thing. Like, why don't we cherish that? Because after some time, no one will be there to care for us.
Correct.
So no one will ask you whether you want to
Correct.
have a partner or not. And
Right.
that doesn't happen. I don't think it happens in Kenya or any other place. Like, not putting
Kenya,
down
Kenya is an island.
Literally go to Kenya.
Sorry, like, sorry. I'm not saying,
Kenyans take offense.
no, I don't think so. It happens in any other country as
Arranged marriage system, right?
arranged marriage system.
But what was the most glorious reason your parents gave to reject somebody?
I gave. I had like a bad streak of rejecting many arranged marriages.
How many? If you had to calculate and count, how many would you have
Lord,
rejected?
I've been rejected since like COVID, dude.
You
Like
have been
5
rejected
years.
or you've rejected?
I like rejected in sense like I was not okay with the idea of marriage.
Acha.
Then I convinced
You were not
myself,
ready to get
who am I
married.
to reject?
What do you mean? Why?
The group?
No, I'm like I couldn't make my peace with arrangement. Then I kind of
Actually, you were not open to the idea of arranged
idea
marriage.
of arranged marriage.
Okay.
Like, I wanted to find my partner by myself, that
Got
kind
it.
of thing.
Got
And
it.
slowly it kind of went there only. It went in a very organic way only.
Got it.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank
congrats,
you,
man.
thank you,
Congrats.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But now let's go back to Pinky Promises. Still like-
Yeah. So, no, but can I just interrupt once?
yeah.
So people say that, like, if you don't have a partner, you'll die alone and lonely.
No,
You really think that is still true in today's time?
no,
No.
I don't
You
think
don't
so.
think so, right? Like, you make enough money, there'll be somebody around.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Like a nurse.
I have
attend-
that.
Yes, he is still alive. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's how they trap you into these like old structures and these systems, right? कि वो डर ना कि
Hey, I'll be alone.
You'll
I
be
won't get
alone
alone.
in your
Yeah,
old
yeah.
age.
You think so? What?
I don't know.
No, I went through this conflict.
Huh.
So then it kind of it boiled down to see, either you want to be with a partner or you don't want to be. There's only two. One with the partner, without the partner. Just choose there. If you want, then again, you want to have a marriage or live in, that goes there. But just there, you want to have a partner or no?
Yeah.
No means then fine, you can chill.
No, but what if you want to have a partner now and not in your 50s and then again in your 60s and then in your 70s? That should be.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is
it
how
should be
the
like
world-
Yeah, you
periodical,
can,
you're
but-
saying. It should be periodical. Like what you're
Yeah.
feeling in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, अब मैं ये these 5 years I want to be with someone. These
Yeah,
5 years
yeah.
I
I don't want to be with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a new way of looking at life, I think. But वो हो सकता है या नहीं? I don't know.
No, because
But
as
yeah,
I'm
there should be.
aging-
I feel it's a nice system, right? Because how you're saying it's mood based. If you can decide to live in a house on rent, for example, for a 3-year contract, should have that with people. That's what he's suggesting.
Yeah,
That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I guess. I also don't know.
But then
Permit
again,
room, my friends.
Sorry, you were
I was
saying.
saying then again, I guess when we are currently here with youth on our side and no limbs hurting and everything intact, life looks very rosy. But of course, as you move towards like your older age and you kind of slow down, you're not going to clubs and gigs and things. You're like, where do I meet these people? It can't be Reddit. So, it has to, but that's also okay. I mean, I guess to strip it down, do you still believe, I mean, sorry, not to you, sir. Are you married?
No.
No, but what do you think of the institution of marriage? Like, we're questioning that right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of iconoclastic about those kind of things.
Iconoclastic मतलब?
मतलब जो पुराने structures को तोड़ने वाला.
You're the rebel.
I don't know if I'm a rebel, but I don't believe in like marriage because I feel like maybe my parents' marriage was like shit. So that's why it kind of
Comes from.
It might have affected your perception.
No, but also as you grow older, you begin to question: Am I really a good human being? Have you ever asked yourself that?
Yeah.
We all assume we are great, right? Because हमारा picture चल रहा है, and we are like, oh, you know, this is just the redemption arc that's coming. But as you grow older, you're like, hey man, maybe I'm a fuck all human being. You know? Why subject somebody else to it is also something I'm thinking.
That's true.
That's kind.
To the other
time.
point,
That's very kind.
yeah. What do you guys think? You guys think you're like good human beings? Like on 10?
Yeah, 10.
10 on 10?
10.
Like that is Buddha, dude.
You feel you're a 10 on 10.
I think I'm a 10 on 10.
That is Da Vinci and...
So I'll tell you, we're not looking at monkish definitions of perfection. We're looking at, do you steal? Are you honest? Do you do things with good intention? Yes.
Okay.
In that, I could maybe not pick up the phone on someone by mistake or have an argument with someone, but that doesn't take away from the fabric that I am, I think, a good person.
Yeah. I think there's a difference between being perfect and good. We all are imperfect. I don't think so. Everyone is perfect.
Yeah.
But being good is different.
Yeah.
Or like whatever.
But also then it's so funny because between being like, no one wants to be perfect, but then the idea of failure is so fear-inducing. Because even through this film, right, where kind of everyone's trying to make it happen. Yuktam's trying to do something with the film. I'm trying to do something with the film. Mukesh, the director's trying to do something. And, you know, you told me that it's the third film short film he's worked on. But he enters the room with so much passion. Like at various points in the process, like, you know, he's very hands-on person. And I could see that, you know, he was really putting everything on the line. I just want to take him back and be like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. You're doing it with full earnestness. You're putting all your emotion into it. It will lead to something. Without trying to control, will it lead to something perfect? And many things on edit like become something you totally didn't imagine. But it's only when you're open to seeing where else it can go, which is digressing and trying to bring it back.
No, but very smoothly done.
Very nice.
Suddenly she went from like live to Pinky Promise.
No, that's a good way to promote actually.
You guys might not know, but she runs one of India's most popular podcasts called Moments of Silence, which is a beautiful podcast, by the way. You should check it out. Her and Sakshi Shivdasani. Yeah, they run that podcast. By the way, can I just digress a little bit into your podcast? I love your podcast, man.
Same.
It is
Honestly,
so
same.
beautiful.
It's so much fun.
And they're fucking unhinged, dude. Both of them. Like, you know. Yeah. And I can just imagine, because it's two women running it, the kind of shit that you must be getting in comments.
Oh my God. You know, sorry, again to digress. Just before we took off, I did the dirty mistake of going into my DMs. And I went to my hidden folder and I just saw that this guy had been messaging me for like the whole of the year, and it's only like violent threats. And I was like, oh my God, like, you know, that's so strange. And I feel
violent.
You don't get scared.
I get scared. Yeah, I get scared. But like,
violent meaning what does one say?
Violent means like they threaten your personal space, your physical space. If I see you on the street, X, Y, Z, A, B, C.
Just pure hate.
Yeah, and it's all like anonymous accounts, right? So you never know. Like a lot of people say things online and never comes to fruition. But you can't like, there's an off chance where...
You never know, dude.
Yeah, because now I've normalized myself to all the bad words used against me on a daily basis. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You know, you see two women on the internet having audacity. I agree. You know, call them all the names. That's fine. It's only when when it gets violent is something that I get stressed about. And, you know, even like this whole like when there's the manosphere sphere versus like the femcell or whatever, etc. The only thing where I put my hands up and I'm like, dude, you know what? It's that you guys get really violent. Don't get violent. No one from like the femcell community or the women are being like, I'm going to come to your house and beat the shit out of you. They're like, I don't agree with what you do. You are really like procrastinating, but that's it. You complain.
Yeah.
You don't blame the other gender for your inexistence or whatever. So that's the only thing. Yeah, the end.
Well said.
I don't know.
So Yuktam, you were in the film Lavyapa that just released,
Mm-hmm.
and your career is starting off now.
Yes, sir.
Have you become comfortable with the idea of like Googling yourself, searching on Reddit, just being comfortable with like the image of you? Have you?
No, so see, I don't really know how to answer this question, man, because this Lavyapa thing for me also, honestly, very, very honestly, I didn't do much of Googling and all of that initially. What tends to happen is, because this is my first film, right? Like this is the first project I was part of in terms of being an actor out there in the world and presenting my work and stuff like that. Which I didn't want to do it this way. I didn't want to start as playing a part in a film because I feel I wanted to start a different way. Now, if you started, you've got an opportunity, you do it. And I watched the original film, I watched Love Today, and I knew which part I was going into audition for. And if I would get that, and the film is directed by my cousin brother, Advait Chandan.
Okay.
So I had an into the audition. So I knew I could go and audition for this, and chances are I could be selected because at least he knows who I am and all of that, because this is how it works. I mean, if someone knows you, you have an advantage of at least your audition being considered.
Okay.
That's all fair and square. Even with that, I had to, because see, I'm not very good on Instagram and neither do I want to. I've come here to act and I really want to act. But I know nowadays you have to do like certain things because following matters and this and that, which is completely fair. But that game, I don't know how to play. So about Googling myself, kya hua tha, the film came. So I'm playing a character in the film, essentially. I'm not the lead guy, right? But for me, if you notice the film, I have got every shade to portray in that one film. So for me, I was treating it like a launch. Okay, this is the first time people are going to watch my work. I know it's a mainstream commercial film. This is my only way I can reach out to the world and show people what I can do on screen. Now, I got lost in the sauce. Very honestly. Very honestly. Because 1 week into the release, there were so many people telling me, you should do PR. And I did.
Oh.
I reached out to an agency. I did the typical pap here, there. Everyone calls paps, huh? Guys, everyone calls paps. Did that for screenings because I was like, dude, no one knows me. Okay. I'm trying to be very noble about the fact that, okay, I feel I have a lot to offer as an actor and people will watch that. But is that enough? Was stuff which was fed into my head by people. That should acting only speak for itself? Shouldn't you be noticed at this screening? Shouldn't you go talk to this one that way? And I came from a lot of artist ego initially. So I had to break that and I was like, yeah, maybe I'm being too, like, let my work speak, I'll show the world and all of that. So like, no, break that. You have to do all of this also because maybe it's part of the game. You've never played the game. This is your first time. You know how to act. You don't know all of this shit. So I did all of that. I did this Googling and all of that, coming back to the point. Film came, met a lot of dream directors I wanted to meet because I used to barge into screenings and go and meet people and all of that. Anyway, so all of that I did. Then, dude, I found myself so obsessed with the fact that, yaar, in this spotting, did I carry myself the correct way? Did I speak to this one as too, did I speak too keenly? Am I not holding back enough? And then I was like, dude, fuck this shit. Like, I can't. So yeah, I got caught up in Googling myself and all of that. And what also tends to happen is you come in with all these hopes and dreams that, only your work will speak and all of that, which it will. With time, I believe it 100% will. But when you get lost in all of this Googling yourself and this and that, it becomes too much of a hassle. Yeah. And I feel, maybe it's too noble a thought, but I feel eventually it's only your work that speaks. Maybe it takes longer. But ये सब जो है दौर है, it's a phase. This whole social media aiding your acting and this and that. Maybe you'll get 2-3 opportunities, but at what cost? Now this Pinky Promise also, back to our film. The reason I did this is, I know it's a short. I know I've done Lavyapa and I'm coming in a feature and all, but I don't give a shit. For me, you see how I'm speaking right now versus how I am in the film. I also do this really stupid thing where I carry myself a certain way so that my characters become more believable. I know I've not
You're
done
one of those.
Yeah, a little bit.
But
I apologize.
he's really he has a great knack for comedy, which is really difficult, and there's an entire like language of comedy, either you slapstick or whatever. He has a really good intuitive like knack for it, and genuinely, I feel like this guy has like this potential to photo, and I really hope.
Hey, that's so sweet.
Yeah, no, I really hope that it happens because the race is so convoluted and you have to do all this shit only. you know, so yeah. I really
That's
do.
really sweet, dude.
Of
You know, said
course.
that. Thank you. Thank you.
If you want to see more of their connection and chemistry, please watch Pinky Promise.
I
How was that?
see, everything's a damn plug
Yeah.
nowadays. So, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. That's
No, but
really
can you
sweet.
describe the behind the scenes of the paps thing, how it happens? Because I'm fascinated by the paps, especially the Bombay paps, because of the way the kind of things they.
Like how you call them and
How they call,
you inform
like
them.
I remember when Tom Holland came, they're like, "Hey, Jhindia," and all that.
Tomma. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
want to
how-
go first, huh?
Oh, I've never like I've one though either you've done like a successful project, so for that period of time when the thing comes out, the paps are organically on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is not that they're following you around. They just at every function they take your photo, and the only difference is that photo shows up on the internet. Because ever since then I've gone to many functions, had many photos taken, but they disappear forever. They die a digital death. Okay, so that's the only thing, that when you're the flavor of the season, you get a lot of photographs taken. Your PR team will call paps and they'll put up videos of you online. I worked with Urfi Javed initially for a long time.
But you worked with her?
Yeah, I used to work in the talent management agency that we put the show together. But then of course I had left by that time. But her whole thing was like she had gone on Big Boss with big dreams, and she had spent a lot of money to get on that show to make an impression, and then she got voted out in the first week. So then she was like freaked out, being like, okay, this was my one shot. What do I do? And then just by hook or crook, like her PR was like, let's just do a temperature check. Let's put you out and call paps on you. Now it just so happened that she was wearing something that in retrospect is nothing compared to what she wears today in terms of like the outfits and stuff. But it was strange enough, like it was some kind of cutout sports bra. So when they put that photo or that video up on the internet, it gained a lot of traction. And then she's like, okay, on to something. So pap videos are taken all the time. But if you are somebody who's not known, then it is a game of you trying to figure out, how do I maximize getting eyeballs on this? How can I start a conversation with this? Because at the end of the day, your work will speak for you, and that's the only thing that'll take you anywhere. If there's no work, but there's lots of pap videos, they're like, okay, the best you can hope for is to come on Big Boss one day. That's what it is.
Yeah, and that kind of backfires, right?
Yeah.
Like people, yeah.
Now I'm curious to know, the talent management company only plans all this, like, with what to experiment and all that? Your
No,
or the
I mean,
PR?
it depends. It's totally like a mix. Like any movie or show that comes out, the first advice, like he said rightfully, they'll be like, why don't you do 3 months of PR? Now, the hope is that, and also in this new world where audience retention is so fickle, people are only reading headlines and they're seeing the first 1 second of a pap video, and then they invested more in the comments negging you
100%.
than in the video
100%.
itself. So they're
That's so
trying
true.
to get you out there in conversation anyway. So if the project isn't good, if there's something negative, then they'll fixate on the negative to at least keep you in public conversation for a period of time. So yeah, that's how it works. And again, depends agency to agency. Everybody's thing is tailor-made to what they think their vision and their professional career will lead to.
Okay.
So how do you feel about, like, do you Google yourself sometimes?
I do.
Because you come on Insta celebs gossip also.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
On Reddit.
Yeah, on Reddit. And you had, she is the star of this show, Class.
Class. Yeah.
Which is a Netflix show.
Yeah.
Which is an adaptation actually, but I like this better than that.
Same.
Spanish?
Yeah, it's a Spanish show.
Spanish show. Elite. Yeah?
It's called Elite.
Elite,
Yeah.
right.
You know,
But-
yeah.
Sorry.
No. Do I Google myself? Yeah, I do. But I made a rule that I don't do it just before bedtime because it makes me very anxious. And yeah, when the show first came out, that was the first time something was happening in my life. So it was like I had to keep feeding this thing inside me. I was like, what are they saying? What are they saying? What are they saying? And every day I would like wake up and I'd be refreshing my Instagram and refreshing and finding out all the conversation. But that consumes you. And then so then I was like, okay, abhi ye ho raha hai na, let me do it. Let me feed into it, get it out of my system, and then I can live my life. Like I hate that whole thing of like, if you're cheating on your diet and you're feeling bad, then just don't fucking do it. If you're cheating on your diet, just cheat on it, feel good about it, and then go back to what you have to do. So I was like, get it out of my system. Yeah. But yeah.
But such a good show, dude. Have you all watched it?
I watched it, man.
Yeah.
I love the director actually.
Yeah, I love the director.
Like an indie. I don't know if he's indie. Is he? Indie?
He's an indie commercial
kind of guy.
Oshim is
yeah.
Oshim
Aluwalia.
Miss Lovely.
Miss Lovely, John and Jane.
And the show is like, first of all, I like that it's called Class, because in India, class means class, but also class and class.
Yeah.
But also, it is what poor people think rich people are like. Like the whole show is probably the worst, worst imagination of whatever. But I love the show, man.
I loved it too.
I really liked it.
I wish that it had come out a little like a few years ago when OTT was really having a boom, and shows like Made in Heaven and Sacred Games did so well. I think it just came out right after the pandemic, after like a viewership fatigue.
Correct.
That while it was trending all over the world and it did some insane numbers, it was second after Rana Naidu. So, but unfortunately, fatigue hit hard.
Yeah.
But didn't it do super well?
It did, but now trends are changing because now platforms are kind of saturated they've got their tier 1 audience. Now, if you see, all the shows are moving more local, more grassroots. So now they're tapping into the next set of audience base.
Got it.
So then the content will automatically move in that direction.
Okay.
Like initially, it's like how TV kind of evolved, right? So initially, Doordarshan had some of the most amazing shows, great writing, because there was one TV amongst an entire middle class neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then as the TV became more accessible, you had to start catering to the rest of the audience. And so every content journey will take the same evolution. Now, Yuktam's on the good end of that evolution, and I am in a niche.
What evolution? I got
It means that you are a very versatile actor.
Oh, so
and
sweet.
good things are going to happen in your life. Me? And Urban?
Did you just womansplain your
It's refreshing. He asked. I did it consensually. No, my whole feedback always is, every time I get a character audition, it's Urban Delhi, Urban Bombay. Urban Delhi, Urban Bombay. And I get it.
Why
I'm
do you
too
think
convinced.
I'm happy with this, that I'm getting to do this? The same thing was happening to me.
Yeah.
Same thing was happening to me.
Yeah.
That's why I've stopped speaking like myself. I'm not kidding.
So now this is not how you really speak?
I do. I mean, I
Damn,
don't know.
give us the real guy.
I don't know. I swear I don't know.
Okay,
I've become so... I get into this too much, I feel, which is not good. Because in life, I'm never present. Honestly, I'm rarely present. Because I'm always looking at you and thinking, what can I pick up and this and that. Abhi, when you get to use it, it's a pleasure. Because, it's tough getting auditions in the first place. But I find myself so damn lost 90% of the time. Because it's a habit since I'm a child. Now, because I've done a few workshops, I'm like, oh, this was already a part of me. Let's use it in my craft and all of that kind of stuff. So 90% of the time, if I'm listening to you, there are two things happening.
To
It's always
contextualize, he's
yeah.
26.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
What?
Because you're in the first season of everything is material.
Yeah.
That's a nice place to be, dude. It's
No, it is, but it's a little weird because I'm telling you now, after this whole film came out and stuff, and when that whole image thing came in, it threw me off from all of this. I was not thinking the same way. So if I was going to an audition also, I was like, oh, is this the right part to do after the film? Should I do this? Just got all messy, which I created. Because like she said, there are 1,000 people who tell you 1,000 things, right? If your first release comes in, everyone's like, do PR or do this or do that. Initially, when you set out to do whatever the hell you want to do, like when I decided I wanted to act, I didn't have the khujli of trying to be different and proving myself to people, right? Or that I want to be presented in a certain way. I wanted to just act. Again, that's not possible anymore. That's what everyone tells you. But I feel it is. Why can't you just do what you have
Because
to?
there's a difference between a career and a job.
Yeah.
Like that, like acting is one part of a career.
Right.
That's not the only
Right.
ingredient to
Right.
making sure.
Right.
But see, the good thing is that again, when you're part of like indie projects around them in any way, you meet people with the right intentions because everyone is there
Just to create.
just to
Yeah,
create,
yeah, yeah.
and it's just nice because when you go to another like a different like a commercial project, everyone is like, okay, everyone's bitching about the food, like 5 baje ke baad,
Yeah, the facilities and
yeah, the facilities.
But see, I feel, that's definitely a commercial versus indie thing also, but that's a people thing also. I recently, I was a part of a project and most of us are working in an indie capacity only, okay? Now you're getting paid lesser budgets and all of that, but I feel once you are a part of a project, put your head down and just do the work. I mean, of course, be comfortable and stuff like that. But I think, actors, especially actors and people who are like assigned to do a certain job, they tend to ape behaviors of a bigger set. I don't know how to explain it. Because they feel that would get them more respect, And if I've
Like
come to
having an
act here...
assistant.
you throw your weight around.
Yeah,
a
you throw
little
your weight
bit.
around for no justified reason. Like if someone's actually making you uncomfortable in terms of the way they've kept you, maybe your place is not clean and all of that. So itna I feel you shouldn't. I mean, see, it's a person to person thing. But itna ye nahi rehna chahiye that I should be treated like God here because no, you're a part of the job. But here there is that little star mentality,
That's
even
true.
if you've not done anything, and even if you have, I feel there's no need to do it. But it's just that it's like, how do I explain it? It's like imagining a demeanor and putting it into yourself because you feel that will give you more like, oh, people will be a little more like, oh, this thing about me,
But
which
you-
is so lame.
No,
The thing is, sorry, please.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying that again, like if it's part of that same thing of
Yeah.
so much is coming to you, so you're like, okay, if I look at how Shah Rukh Khan behaves in a room, and
Maybe
he's-
I'll get more respect.
no, yeah, and I
want
imbibe
to
what
imitate
I
him or-
think,
Yeah.
but you're like, you're not Shah Rukh, right?
That's true. That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey guys, when we started the Permit Room Film Club, our dream was to help people make their own movies and get into the industry. How does this work? Well, every month you submit the short film that you have made by paying a fixed amount. Your short film will be viewed by all the Permit Room Film Club members and it will be discussed by us in a live channel that is open for all. You will get access to the network of Permit Room Film Club. Also, at the end of the year, we will host a Permit Room Short Film Festival where the best films will be screened in public and you will get to enjoy the applause of a filmmaker. After all, isn't that why we want to make films? But what if you're not a filmmaker? We all have that friend who has made short films but is kind of stuck. By paying the amount, you can nominate your friend's short film also into the competition. Please remember, it doesn't have to be a short film that you shot that month. It could be a film that you have made earlier, but you feel it deserves a wider audience. Now, what happens if you are a quarter bottle member? You get access to all these wonderful short films that are made, and you get to network with the next breed of filmmakers. So click on this link below and send us your short films, and welcome to the beautiful world of filmmaking.
I've also seen this kind of behavior. That also comes with many of the co-actors behaving like that. So when you see one actor with one assistant and one guy holding a fan and all, you think, oh, fuck, like he's a big actor. That's a perception you have. Now, I don't know whether he's a big actor or not. Like,
Yeah.
But okay, fine. No, I've done so many, like from Doordarshan days, I've been there. So that's like 10. So then you have
You're like,
to...
"Arey, haan, yaar, shit, yaar, this guy."
Then again, like seeing him, one more fellow, like next day, he'll also get an assistant and spot boy.
Yeah.
But I was
It
with the
goes in
guy who was
circle.
there from Doordarshan days. Yeah.
But it's a full group thing. Like if
Yeah.
you're in an auditorium, 100 people get up, you will have to get up. You're like, I have to be part of what's happening.
The bandwagon, yeah.
Yeah.
Since all three of you are actors, I'm very curious. Do you think that if you are good looking, people don't consider you like great actor? Have you
I
ever
don't
felt
agree.
that? Like you see, like I'll explain my point. When you think of like the greatest actors, now all these traditional looks that
I
you
know where
have,
you're going.
they're not they're not really good. You know what I mean? Like, is Al Pacino good looking? Is De Niro good looking? Is Brando? He's certainly not.
Brando तो अच्छा दिखता है, लेकिन I think he
मतलब
looks.
debatable है, मतलब.
But
I don't
anyway,
know. But is
sorry.
that a thing you think that if you're good looking, like see, I'll give you an example. Brad Pitt, great actor, very good looking. But he's not traditionally thought of as a great actor.
Yeah, you'll
Is
see
that
lesser
right?
like Instagram cinema pages putting quotes with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
There'll be
Is
stuff
that
like Brad
one
Pitt
thing?
eats every food.
Would you rather be perceived as attractive or good actor?
Good actor, obviously.
Okay, that
Like
makes
you're
one
saying,
of
like I
us.
think Nawaz. No, I want to take some tidbits from you guys. What are your green flags when you pick a script? Like when some script comes to you, how
If
do
it's
you
given to me,
That's a green
biggest
flag.
green flag. But no, go on. Sir.
like how do you choose? Okay, fine, I'll go ahead with this role or go ahead with this script.
You want to go first?
No, go.
Arey, see, I've not got too many opportunities, honestly. I mean, I'm sure that I don't want to do the same thing again. Like after Lavyapa, I got 3 or 4 auditions, which were in the similar zone. Urban, threat to the protagonist, little sharp, chikna kind of boy. Because in that film, they presented me, tried to, as this Delhi urban dude who the protagonist is supposed to be, you know, jealous of, girl's best friend, all of that. Got 2 or 3 more with big banners and all of that. Of course, I test for everything because it's just become a part of me now that I want to test for even the smallest or the biggest parts because that was my only way to reach casting directors, right? To show them that I can act. Whatever you give me, at least see what I do with it. I mean, there are thousands like me who go ahead and do that. But after that, I don't want to do the same thing. I have done one Amazon Prime show also before this, which is yet to come, so I wouldn't speak too much about the character and all because it's their prerogative to start promotions and stuff like that. So that also I started with. I mean, I could easily say right now that actually, let's just not talk about that, but the character is starkly different from Lavyapa. Then when I got Lavyapa, I did Lavyapa because that character was starkly different from the previous one. Now in this short film also, it's a 15-minute, right? For me, I'm looking at all of these as, how do I explain this? Like, one, show reels. Second, I look at the character more than the story. So if I'm getting to do something different, I don't mind doing it because I feel that displays my skill and it's more fun to do. So that's, and like I said, the biggest green flag is if someone has something. Yeah. But yeah, man, in a script, I don't honestly, I feel I'm too new to like judge where a film would go and what would happen with it and how it would be perceived. I have a green, I mean, a general audience perspective on it. But if I get something to do as an actor, especially because how she mentioned, how Naina mentioned, I come from Bombay, I'm a Bandra boy. So I get like these, Bandra is this place in Bombay. तो वही parts मिलते हैं. And I'm Punjabi. I don't know, I get a lot of Delhi parts for some reason. So I just want to break away from that. I want to do stuff which I can display my skill as an actor and it's fun for me to do more than anything.
Okay.
Like this, like Pinky Promise, guys. Watch it. 6 June. 6 June.
Yeah. It'll be out by the time this comes.
Yeah.
So it's already out. Please watch it, guys. So,
What about you, Naina? Because you studied film
Yeah.
at NID.
Yeah.
Coming from an illustrious, like Dibakar Banerjee and all studied in your school, right?
Yeah, I did the Baka.
oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Was
Dibakar
he at
Banerjee is NID. I don't know if he studied film. I think he studied textile design or something, but he's from NID Ahmedabad.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and you studied film.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I was going to finish the sentiment. Sure.
Yeah.
I look at it from film school background and just general life slapping you around merged together as my filter or lens to films. From my film background, it's always to look at the script with the maker because the script could be great, but the maker's sensibility is not anything to do with the script, then doesn't match. For example, I was the intimacy coordinator on All We Imagine Is Light.
Yeah.
When I read that script, like again, it's a mood piece, so there is no conventional climax, etc. But there was something so beautiful. It read like a poem, and I was like, something is here. And that, I don't know, in my gut when I read it, I was like, there's something here. This is going to be a beautiful film. And then Payal had this idea of, they were committed to it in a way that they were going to shoot some parts of it in the summer and then they waited 3 months or 6 months for the weather to change so they could shoot the Ratnagiri bit. And when you have that kind of like vision, then you're like, okay, something amazing is going to happen here. So that's definitely there. And then in terms of just characters and stuff, I don't mind playing infinite iterations of like an urban girl. Just if the character has something else going on. Like women, unfortunately, and while you're in your youth, you'll only get very flower pot roles. So I'm waiting for my hair to turn grey. So that I can play, like a cop or like somebody who's been wronged and I need to avenge. Because till now I only get, okay, in this one, he fell in love with you. In this one, he fell out of love with you. I'm like, oh shit, let me really pull from inside. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of boring.
No, I must say that in All We Imagine As Light, the scene where they go and, for lack of a better word, like make love inside the cave.
Inside a forest.
Forestish sort of a place. That was so well done.
Thank you.
And she's an intimacy
coordinator. Yeah.
Certified.
Yeah, certified.
Yeah.
Like you did a course on that?
Yes, I did.
Shit, what does that like? What does the course look like?
So the course is a couple of different things. One is that, again, in an intimacy coordinator type role, you have to be really kind of aware of non-verbal and verbal communication. Then one part of it is to do with like making sure that there are no lawsuits. Then one part of it is to make sure that actors are all of their consent and everything is in order. The other thing is that there's no data leaks and data breaches. So there's a lot that comes within the realm of it. In India, it's still a little bit capped because there's only so much intimacy you can show on screen in a popular show. But it does also extend to scenes of, say, violence or scenes of, I think it's really important also, and we kind of push for it, but it's still a lot of education away, that when you have young actors underage below 18, it's nice to have maybe an intimacy coordinator there. Because, I mean, you can see in the West, there's this whole thing that's come out about child actors being, essayed and things like that on set. Across platforms, like across Nickelodeon and Disney and this and that. So we don't know what it's like here, but it would be good to have someone there.
Yeah. This is a recent role that has come in, at least in Indian cinema. I guess.
Overall in the world, it's new as well. It came out after Me Too. So really glad to waves of
wasn't
feminism.
there before that?
No. Before, things were just like a chakkaro. Now they're like, actors.
I'm curious to know, when the actors are initially strangers to each other in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So from where does the process of explaining them? How do you gain their? You're the person who have to gain their trust with each other. So how does that process work when you're working with two?
So approach it like stunt choreography or action choreography. You'll enter a room with your actors. You'll find out if they have any apprehensions. In a stunt case, you'll find out if they have any previous injuries or anything, or if they've trained in any sort of way. So similarly with like intimacy coordination, you'll find out if there's any bad experiences or trauma, anything that they're not okay with. You set boundaries with each person. Then you break down choreography. So like if the log line of the scene will be like, and they passionately embrace. So then you define what is passionate embrace. Is it 3 kisses, 1, 2, 3, take 2 beats, hug, roll onto the bed. So you really break it down to make it the least titillating thing ever in its back end.
Okay.
And then that forms chemistry on screen. Okay. You don't have to be in love. You don't have like the old ways that the directors and all be like, let them have a scene, let them have a fling, it'll help chemistry. I mean, I don't know if they say that. Why don't they say that to the villain and the hero to just go beat each other? Maybe they'll be able to do it more convincingly.
Correct. Yeah. And also, do you have to take care of like the angle, the close-up, the camera angle?
Yeah. So again, you work in tandem with the director and the DOP. So you can, and it totally depends on how much they want you to define the film language of it. I think because I have a film background, I can lend my lens to that as well. But whatever the director wants, don't want to step on toes. Yeah.
You're laughing or something?
No, I was just thinking about this whole thing she mentioned about how,
fall in love.
Fall in love.
Yeah.
इसका chemistry दिखना चाहिए. दोनों
Yeah,
में.
like in novels and all you read, they are like, oh, we have to have this affair for.
Yeah, they should like feel it and let them be. Alone.
You know, who said this example? They're like, whenever they're like, you have to play this delinquent, then people go method. They're like sending each other
Delinquent
like
meaning?
Meaning like slightly like
Pagal.
crazy.
अच्छा डर शाहरुख डर.
Yeah, some kind of like character like that.
That is like psycho, but yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So why do you
Psycho,
have to method for that? So when you have to play like a really nice character, why don't you go around giving money to
Yeah, somehow
NGOs?
for psycho character.
Yeah.
For psycho, that's so true though.
Yeah.
Psycho people, everyone's like, I meant method and all of that. Now, if you're playing like some very noble person,
Yeah.
like, I don't know how you said, like, giving money around to people. I said, no one talks about that.
Yeah.
Like, no one talks about it. Everyone's just like, that to, I'm just a nice person in general. So,
Method acting will always be that, like,
dark.
मैं room में बंद कर दिया अपने आप को and
no one was here.
don't you think that's a hoax at some? I don't
Yeah.
know. You know the actors?
I don't know.
I heard one story. I don't know. See, I can't verify this, but I heard it when I was doing my Samahara production. What is this? Theatre workshop. So Kamal Hassan sir is there, no?
Anyway.
So the story I heard, and
I know where it's going.
no. So there's this movie called Abhay, no?
What's it called?
Abhay.
Abhay, okay.
So for that movie to be that violent and to be that or the loud guy, he went inside the room and used to keep shouting
Alone.
to such an extent that he actually lost his voice. So if you see Kamal Hassan's voice before that movie and after that movie, there is a change. His vocal box.
Achha, in life his voice changed.
Is that method really?
I don't see.
Is that prep? I don't know.
He
I'm not
preps for it. So if something that goes that deep, then I think.
And then you ask a question: is it worth it really as an actor to lose your voice for a film, which was not a big hit? Also,
Yeah, that I was just gonna ask what was the box office
film
didn't do
number.
well,
didn't do
but he
well.
transformed himself into like this.
But it's like one of his classic acting
Yeah, classic.
performances.
Even Quentin Tarantino got inspired by one of the sequence in Abhay.
Oh.
I haven't watched that many Telugu films, but I do see that there's a big power disbalance amongst the male character and the female character. And I wonder, is that what it's like socially, or how much of that power imbalance is fictional and how much is it real? I'm asking you guys.
I don't think socially that much it is. See, actually Mukesh talks about this in his book also, that Telugu films are actually mythological reinterpretations.
Right.
As in, like, every Telugu film is a mythological story about this guy who is a mythological character of sorts. He has no flaws, is all powerful, all great, is romantic, action hero, everything. It's the kind of stories you hear in mythology, right? Of this perfect guy bringing peace to the world, winning the lady, all of that. So I don't think Telugu youngsters take films that seriously, that it has affected the social like demographics or equations. But influence though certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Okay.
I think in Telugu state, cinema is the number one
Are there
cultural.
Are there any like really good female lead films?
In Telugu?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Could you
Is Baby a Telugu
give me
film?
some?
Yeah, Baby.
Baby is a Telugu film, right? Sai
It's a
Rajesh.
Telugu film. There's a film called Godavari
Okay.
by Shekhar Kamala.
What's the one log line, one sentence?
It has the same logline of Queen.
Okay, sweet. Okay.
It is like, but it came way before Queen,
Right.
where this girl goes on her own kind of instead of going for a honeymoon, it is the place she was supposed to go to marry, but since she gets rejected, she's like, fuck it, but still I'll go on that journey.
Sweet.
And there she goes and she finds out one more, she falls in love with one more guy. That's a nice film.
Any others that I could watch?
Pelli Chupulu.
Pelli Chupulu, perhaps, yeah.
Yeah,
But
Pelli
very
Chupulu.
few, that's what, like, it's hard to even think of.
Arundhati.
Arundhati. What is the other?
Godavari.
Godavari and Pelli.
Pelli Chupulu.
Pelli Chupulu.
Pelli Chupulu.
If anybody's watching and is interested, we can watch it together. What's the dating culture like in Hyderabad?
Cases has a better idea.
Right.
I've kind of retired from that. sport.
Bad.
Bad? In what way?
You agree with it being bad?
I don't know, dude. I mean,
What's the dating? What is it? What is bad?
Bad as in, what is bad?
I think like, see, For example, suppose you walk into a club and you just want to actually compliment. Obviously, you want to like strike a conversation with the girl, right? But when you approach, you are looked at like this creep, like get lost, like that is because of many situations and incidents that happened in the state. So that's also they're not blaming them, but that is the kind of like more or less, But now the generation is like picking up. Like we are like some 2 generations back.
Shravan, what's the
Shall
dating
I?
scene like? Almost same.
Nothing has
fucking
changed. So the people who are like, when you're out partying or whatever, what is the gender split?
Here,
Yeah.
70 to 30. 70
But their
men.
generation?
Okay.
So something has improved.
Chalo, good.
And
Nah, that's a good thing.
Local people, or is it? I know there's a lot of colleges and stuff here. So is it people from outside who are out, or is it local girls are out?
It's a mix of all. Like Hyderabad people are now outside in Bombay or Manipal and other places.
Yeah.
From the other tier 2 cities, people have come here. So that transition is happening right now, and some are in the US also. But like now it's better than what it was at least 5 years or 10 years back. Far better.
That's nice.
Yeah. You see a drastic difference if you go just to Bangalore.
Yeah.
Because over there you have people from all over the country, Over here, half the girls are, I think, like more, what do you call?
Introverted?
Conservative.
Achha.
Conservative. So it is not, they're not allowed from home. So obviously, I don't know, right now, we are like little.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever you've experienced.
But the thing is, I was in Dubai last week and I was just looking, again, as cities kind of transform with infrastructure, you kind of lose social cues because from the outside, everything is like chak, these high-rise buildings. Then you're like, I can't understand what the pulse of the city is anymore or the pulse of the people is. You don't know how much have the people progressed with the kind of development, have people progressed with the access to internet and free internet, or has it become a way for everyone to become far more conservative and in their own echo chambers thinking, oh, we've won, but you're only in your little bubble. So that's why I get like in Dubai, I just couldn't get a read. Like even now when we were driving from the airport, I couldn't get a read on the city. It looks great, but I have no idea what it would be like if I was if I was out and about. What would be the way you strike up a conversation? Because every city is socially very different. Would it, if I struck up a conversation with somebody here, like would they take it well? Would they think I was trying to hit on them?
No, now it is far better. Like now people are becoming a little social, And Hyderabad also has this, even like you go in an auto, you can strike a conversation with an auto guy. But like when it comes to the dating scene, like with guys, and like guys are also scared. See, there are like average guys like me also scared. But even the girls are also scared on that side.
Girls are scared of the guys being a creep. And guys are scared of approaching on you.
And guys never disappoint in that also.
Achha.
So they live up to the obvious reasons for them to be scared. And vice versa for the guys also.
Achha.
You are from Delhi.
Yeah.
But now you live in Bombay.
Yes.
And you are from like,
Bombay,
proper Mumbai.
Mumbai.
So, what is Hyderabad to you guys? Like in your dimag, there'll be something, right? Like what are the...
It's like SEO generated words, like I can tell you.
Like what are those words?
Yeah, like infrastructure, tech,
Biryani.
cinema, biryani. It's just like,
Those are, that's pretty much the city.
Yeah. For me, I have no idea, dude. I just know some cousins live here who I've not met.
Oh, this is your first visit to Hyderabad.
First.
Welcome to Hyderabad, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And Mukesh and Naina were plotting and planning now in the car that they'll fool me with false facts about Hyderabad.
yeah.
Like some minister lives here and I'll go and tell people, "Babe, pata hai kya? Wahan pe ek minister hai, main dekha Hyderabad mein," and all,
Is Hyderabad the heart of badminton?
Oh yeah.
It is.
That was the first
It
fact.
is.
Yeah,
It is.
It is.
Because
Yeah.
on the way from the airport to here, I saw like 2-3 badminton centers and I was like, dude, so much badminton. Because that's how I met
Yeah.
Mukesh.
Okay.
We were playing badminton together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Mumbai is the heart of pickle.
Oh yeah,
Now
now
there's the
there's,
latest sport.
no
That was
badminton,
picked up
there's-
over here also now.
Yeah.
Slowly. Yeah,
pickle and paddle
picking
is
up.
like the new
Yeah.
clubbing, dude.
Breathe in
Like,
a
it's
taste
the-
of pickle. That's
How is it? Have you guys played the sport?
Of
Must
course.
be. So
course.
good.
Pickleball, I feel, is a fake sport. I mean, that plastic ka ball and all.
How much is the weight of the ball?
Is chess
Like
a real sport?
No.
Don't say this shit. Please cut that out. He'll only
No,
get-
keep it.
Let him figure it out the hard way.
No, I'm interested to know what is the what is the weight of the pickle ball?
It's like a TT ball. Yeah.
TT ball.
No,
That
TT
light.
ball it's not.
Okay, it's like the ball you give to your dog to chew.
Yeah.
It is literally that.
That light.
Yeah.
Oh. Like
There
a
was this kind
smiley.
of no, it's a plastic ball, and the racket is also plastic. So it kind of feels like remember as kids we have all played cricket as kids.
Yeah.
Oh, plastic ka bat, that plastic bat and plastic ball feels like a real sport with that.
Correct.
Yeah, but it's a fake sport.
Yeah.
1 second.
Bad
To
for
all
the
the pickle
planet as
fans,
well.
pickleball is a fake sport.
Let's go. What do you have to say on that,
I have
Naina?
nothing to say.
As a well-read,
Yeah, see, guys, I'm also
podcast host.
just a warning in case any of this gets them into trouble, not me.
No, it's just you, babe.
But
We don't know we have nothing to do.
And no
Not-
pinky promise. Yeah.
no pinky promise. I'm not very well informed in life, so that's my excuse for all my opinions.
Yeah.
I wish it
Yeah.
was
So yeah,
that.
pickleball and chess, fake sports.
I mean, let's not forget that pickleball was made for 50 plus. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. If you're gonna play it as a 20-year-old, and you're gonna be like,
That's true.
that's on you.
Yeah.
Because if pickleball is not a real sport, then people over 50 are not real people. Are you saying that?
yeah.
Oh shit! All right, cool.
People are playing real sports.
I have entered that space. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, since you are all three of you are actors, actually Santhosh is also an actor. Do you have sports person have favorite sports person that they learn off all these? You hear them. I watch Kohli batting. I imbibed all that.
Inspire.
Are there actors that you guys look up to and you're like, oh shit, I love their work. I learn these things, or is that too serious? Is that
Yeah.
who are your
I'm
actors?
a full fanboy. Yeah.
Who's? Can I guess?
Guess.
Ranbir Kapoor.
No, I love
First
Ranbir.
time. So there's a thing that goes
I'm
on in
generally
Palmito
very
that
good
he
at
always
This
hits.
is because he
The first?
presents.
No,
in
he
different
always
ways,
guesses right, but this
Acha.
time he guesses
No,
right.
I'm a
This was-
Ranbir fan for sure.
Correct,
My
but who
favorite
was
is
your
Nawaz,
guy?
dude.
Nawaz.
Because I feel he came in with a whole wave then. I mean, there were a lot of different actors. For me, that time I was when he started getting popular in the mainstream and all of that, I think I was 14-ish. I'm 26 now. Will turn 26 by the time this is out. My birthday on 26 June.
Hey, advance happy birthday.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So yeah, man, because he came into this space with this whole new indie wave, and I was just getting older then. And at 17, I wanted to act, but at 15 or 16, I think I'm not quite sure about the facts. I'd watched Kick, the Salman Kick, and that was one of his first mainstream films.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, who the hell is this guy, man? I didn't know that school of acting existed before. So when I had gone into that space, you remember you asked me that brought up that whole topic about people being good looking and not being
Yeah.
considered actors. Because initially I wanted to be hero. I still obviously want to do mainstream stuff because I feel like it's too much fun. It's honestly too much fun. And it's tough because people diss on mainstream a lot, commercial cinema and all that. That's a tough space to crack.
Yeah.
Because those performances to be believable is even tougher now. After people have been exposed to so much indie cinema and real and because everyone assumes nowadays good acting is just having a conversation confidently in front of a camera, right? Which is not always true, I feel. That could also be boring. Like you're playing yourself, you're talking like yourself. People assume that a confident person can easily act better.
Okay.
Which I don't think is true always. Like when I watch Nawaz giving interviews and all of that, that guy is just so ordinary. I don't even know if he's himself. But he's just so... And when I watch him on screen, I still believe everything. There are many people, especially in Bombay, who... I don't know if this is a thing or not. You end up carrying yourself कि मैं actor हूँ, There's that whole typical generic young actor vibe, which I consciously try to avoid because of people like
He
Nawaz.
wants to do
and
the
all.
old actor vibe.
Yeah, I want to do the old actor.
Yeah.
Like I want to be seen as a 60-year-old serious man
Who
Change your
plays
name.
pickleball?
who plays pickleball and starts playing chess. Because when he was 26, he thought, यार दोनों fake sport है. पर अभी यही खेलना पड़े. Yeah. But yeah, Nawaz.
It's a tough life, dude, because for actor guys, you guys are hyper aware of who you are. Too many existential questions
I think
in your
we
brains.
complicate for ourselves, dude. Like even I feel I do that
Who's
too much.
yours, Naina?
Mine, actually, I think different people are really good at what they do. Like, of the new lot, Monica Pawar, I don't know if you guys watch Khof and Jamtara.
I watched Khof.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She killed it.
Monica Pawar.
She's so
Yeah.
good at what she does. Then I'm saying like the conviction Kareena has to do comedy or just fill a screen and lip sync. Watching her
She's
lip sync
very
is
good, yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Taboo is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Allu Arjun.
Dude.
I wish I was Allu Arjun in one life,
Wait, dances
I
also, man.
really
He's
just, I wish
too
I could
good.
do this and, it
He's
would just
too
hit,
good.
but it doesn't hit. I mean, of course, the obvious ones are Alia. She's really good at what she does. But yeah, I really one day want to have the ability to like a Salman or an Allu where I can just do this and it's
And
enough.
it's just like,
I have to do so much and it's not enough. I'm overcompensating all the time. Yeah.
No, I recently liked one of Salman Khan's how he does ads. So he's not saying out anything. I don't know which one, but it says like,
Yeah, man.
what's that?
And that's enough, I guess.
so yeah, like
That's
this
enough.
ad, do this. That's it.
As in, I'm
I
good.
think it's like some, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's some pan pasand or something, but like,
And
That's
then
it.
Pan Basan comes.
The brand comes here and the what you're using for it
Correct.
comes here.
Correct.
It came
That's
during
damn
the
interesting.
IPL.
I've not seen
season
that.
also.
Too good. But the person who carries themselves really well, I think Priyanka Chopra is too smart. What a businesswoman. Like when you talk about career trajectory and career, she carries herself with grace. She has managed to pivot time and time again, and she's one of those women who is unapologetic about being confident, and that is such a rare breed. And it's not try hard. She just does it.
She
Which
is.
too
She
good.
gives.
She just
It
is.
looks like it's a part of her being. I agree.
Yeah. And she's like been so well spoken from her younger days also.
Yeah.
Like you take up any old interview,
Yeah.
she's still on point.
When she was
like,
19, she was like so poised. I'm like, how do you do it?
Yeah, that's true, man. She's amazing. She's making a comeback now in Rajamouli's next movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's opposite Mahesh Babu. In your reels, you do this thing called Millennial Mommy.
Dude, it's so
Breaks
good.
down Bollywood the songs.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to talk to you about that because that is my exposure to Bollywood. Those 10 years, 2000 to 2010.
Yeah.
Who the
is
music
when
from
I-
then? My God.
Dude, just the films also. So in that decade, like I just love that decade of Bollywood.
Same.
Just the music, the films, the directors. It was just so nice.
Yeah, actually, speaking of that, that movie, Zindagi Na Milne Lagi Dobara, was an influence in my life. Like, okay, I'll do at least one of these. One of those 3 acts, like to go
Now
with
you can do it on
friends.
your honeymoon.
No,
అరే ఇంకెన్ని రోజులు డబ్బులు లేకుండా ఈ లైఫ్ గడపాలి, డాడీని అడగాలి పైసలు, మమ్మీని అడగాలి పైసలు, బ్రదర్ని అడగాలి పైసలు. ఆపేద్దాం. మీ ఫైనాన్షియల్ ఇండిపెండెన్స్ కోసం మేము పర్మిట్ రూమ్ నుంచి ఒక సొల్యూషన్ తీసుకొచ్చాం. మా పార్ట్నర్షిప్ విత్ అప్ స్టాక్స్. దిస్ ఆర్ ఫస్ట్ కొలాబరేషన్. మీరు అప్ స్టాక్ లో జాయిన్ అయ్యి డిమాట్ అకౌంట్ ఓపెన్ చేయొచ్చు. అరే నాకు స్టాక్ మార్కెట్ గురించి ఏం తెలియదు అని మీరు అనుకుంటే ఇందులో అప్ లోన్ అనే ఒక ఆప్షన్ ఉంది. అందులో మీరు కోర్సెస్ జాయిన్ అవ్వచ్చు, నేర్చుకోవచ్చు అండ్ హ్యాపీగా ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు. మీరు డిమాట్ అకౌంట్ ఓపెన్ చేయాలనుకుంటే కింద ఉన్న డిస్క్రిప్షన్ లో లింక్ ని క్లిక్ చేయండి, ఓపెన్ చేసుకోండి, ఫైనాన్షియల్ గా ఇండిపెండెంట్ అయిపోండి.
Welcome back. We are with Yuktam Khosla and Naina Bhan.
You were saying something about millennial mommy. Let me put my bit forward.
Please, let's go.
Okay? 2 things. Number 1, I'm trying to currently have an ego death, okay, by posting the most cringy shit online because I'm like, you can only get the opportunities that you actually go and put yourself out there for. So I'm just trying to put as much content out and let it be as lame as possible. Second thing being that when I was younger, actually, like I was in one of those like elite Delhi schools where we used to kind of secretly listen to Hindi music and secretly do, Indian things. And over time, I've been like, okay, that is just like some weird colonial hangover in me where I thought I was cooler for listening to Britney Spears. So like now it's like I want to celebrate those bangers. Like they were so good. And I literally now when I'm like cleaning my house and I'm doing anything, like I'm just listening to Hindi music and it's the best.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where millennial mommy came from.
So it's great though. If you're trying to put out cringe stuff, you are not succeeding clearly
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's not really very cringe to be honest.
Millennial mommy.
No, it's good
you.
fun. It's good fun. In fact, I was sitting with her today and she put one out just today and I was right in front of her and I instinctively started laughing. Like it's good stuff.
Thank
It's not like ye kya kar rahi hai? Like what the hell? It's not that zone. It's
Not my
damn-
best work, but it's not my worst.
It's an honest
Yeah,
work.
it's an honest work for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So who are your favorite like internet people? Like who are your favorite like influencers, funny people on the web? We generally ask our guests.
I really like Gaurav Kapoor, man.
Gaurav Kapoor.
Okay, he's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
I've seen it very little. I'm very gawar with everything. So I don't know what's happening too much. Him, I've seen a few clips. He's too funny, man.
Yeah.
He's too funny. There was this one reel he put out where he said it's about being anti-diet where someone asks him, "Sir, would you like your coffee with like almond milk and something?" He's like, "No, full fat, full sugar." That was so hilarious. So him, I'm a big fan of. I really like his stuff. Internet people, dude. There's this one guy called Kushal Pawar.
I know Kushal Pawar.
Kushal Pawar.
Yeah, he does these acting things. Yeah.
So he's
in Bajrangi Bhaijaan.
Yeah, he is. He was Mukesh Chhabra, the casting director's assistant. I think he used to work there before. And he's really good.
Yeah.
He's a damn good actor. Of course, he's gone to this whole content creation space, which is acting in itself because he's playing characters in every reel of it.
Yeah.
Big fan of the guy, man. Shout out to that guy. He's so good. He's so good. Like, I fan DM him.
Yeah.
I keep DM because I really like his stuff.
Yeah.
These two people are coming to my mind right now. Yeah, they're pretty good. Pretty good.
Who are your favorite people on the internet?
I thought people, it's like there's certain like creators for certain things. Like right now, the one guy that's making me laugh is this guy who does a bit called Ghamandi Damad.
Ghamandi Damad.
It's too funny. It's like, all of those really bitter, like arranged married, this guy. He does it so well. It's like,
I've seen.
Is that accurate? Like, are they really treated like that?
basically like Ghamandi Damad. Like entitled because you didn't get enough dowry or because you have to make time for your wife's family.
Then,
you.
even in Telugu, Telugu states there are like people who like piss you off. Yeah.
However, if you want to see a more wholesome representation of Indian marriage, please watch Pinky Promise.
Pinky
Wow, what a plug. Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Damad ka this thing. Best example, I'll tell you which one. Balagam. Balagamlo,
Correct.
that fellow behaves like that.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Balagam where the whole conflict is around is because of that guy.
Love it.
And because he's an arrogant son-in-law.
Arrogance.
Most unrepresented character in the cinema space.
Guys,
Let's
if
make
anyone
room.
wants arrogant son-in-law actor.
Find him in Pinky
Yuktam
Promise.
and I have
Character.
come with one purpose.
Yeah.
Any Telugu casting directors.
Yes, please.
If you were
In
looking
fact,
in your next Telugu film to cast a girl who is from Bombay, Delhi, elite,
Elite.
class,
Aspirational.
then please. If you're looking for a guy from Bandra who is
if you're looking for a guy who's not from Bandra.
It's not from Bandra.
Versatile, baby. Versatile.
Yeah, is versatile. He can
could be
play
from-
the slum roles also.
Only slum. Only slum, gaon, small town.
Correct.
Forte.
Yeah. But I just want to ask you this because you guys are in the industry in a way.
You're digging your own grave and that's on you. I don't want to be a part of this.
Sorry.
Just to let you know, he's come from Bombay. We have nothing to do with the guy. Just kidding.
Bandra.
Yeah. Do you think Bollywood has lost its mojo or is it just going through? Because every industry goes through transitions and, like.
When you were mentioning about 2000 to 2010, those were like the golden years of what I experienced of Bollywood. But post-COVID, after like this, I've not, I don't know whether, I've not seen a great Bollywood film on the screen, silver screen.
Yeah.
Forget about Lapata Ladies and all, like 12th Fail that came on OTT. But on the thing, so I want to know the similar discourse.
Like the 80s were supposed to be terrible for Bollywood. Then the 90s come in and the Khans come in and then.
As you say this, I'm trying to kind of observe and I catch myself thinking of the fact that I think Bollywood is going in lag because it's a very heavy machinery. And, earlier trends were entire seasons or years or decades. And now there are micro trends and you can get them like with a click of a button. But as an industry to operate, you can't follow micro trends. So even when like one good film, like Munja will come out, okay? Whatever. One publicly perceived good film will come out and they'll be like, oh, horror comedy. That's the way to go. But that was done.
Yeah.
Then it'll take them 2 years or 3 years to commission a script. The thing will be made. By the time the horror comedies come out, it would have been time for rom-com.
Correct.
And so like you're not being able to bring...
So you're saying it's
the-
such a big machinery that it takes time to kind of, it's not quick on its feet.
So it needs to be, like if you're a producer, your natural instinct should be foresight. But we're working in retrospect.
Correct.
So I don't know. That's my intuitive understanding.
Yeah. That's good. What do you think?
About what was the thing I got lost again? Sorry.
About like generally, like now Bollywood is so like shat upon, right? So my question was, is it going through a phase? Is it going through like...
Dude, like you mentioned, I feel it's cyclical. What's happening now? Like you mentioned, 2 films which people appreciate on OTT. 12th Fail and the second one was Lapata.
Lapata.
Both were in theaters.
Both were in theaters.
Yeah, both were in
released
theaters. They got appreciated
Yeah,
on OTT. I think it's just consumption pattern, man. After COVID, everyone got so used to OTT. And obviously, if a film is coming to your house 4 weeks later, why the hell would you go and watch it?
True.
As a common man,
If it was a good film.
good to Superboys of Maligaon also was. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, I'm saying
But
a 100 CR good film.
100 CR ho jati hai
like
after.
different South industries put out 100, like those big budget films
Yeah,
that are
man.
actually
I
good.
don't know. I feel that's got to do a lot with, like how you said, horror comedy chal rahi thi. Munja was also horror comedy, came from the same production house which did Stree and Stree
Yeah.
2 and all of that. So people already had a flavor. It was kind of not exactly a franchise or franchisee, whatever you call it, film, but people knew what they were going in for. They were excited for another horror zone. You know what I'm trying to say? And again, franchisees and whatever the hell you call it, I don't know the pronunciation. But wohi chal raha hai aajkal because people are finding it worth their ticket price, worth their outing because again, it's become super expensive. And who's going to go? If they have the option. I mean, I wish everyone went. Like now what's happening with Sitare Zameen Par with Amir Khan's film. He's not putting it on OTT as far as I know.
Yeah, he's putting it on YouTube pay-per-view first, actually.
Yeah, that's what I've seen in the media. So I feel that's one way of looking at it. I mean, a stalwart like him trying something like that could probably get people into the theaters. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because see, there is an option. It's just as simple as that, right? So why would anyone go and watch? I feel it's that. Again, they
I
are
think
going
it's
through a
good
content crisis kind of thing
writing.
also. How she was mentioning, because if one thing works, then 100 people make the same thing. But that was happening pehle also. This whole model thing it's a little screwed up, I feel. It's great for the common man because you're getting to watch so much. But theatrically, who's going to go? Especially after COVID. Like my parents, they're not filmy people at all. Used to go every weekend to watch still. They used to, like as an outing. Either we'll go for dinner or we'll go to watch a film. Even they don't go now. Because they're like, why the hell should we go?
Yeah, but that's a very small, I think,
Section of people, probably.
Because Bandra, you can do pickleball also.
Haan.
But like Karnal, you can only.
Correct, but even Karnal, vana pata nahi. Overall, I feel in the country, people are going lesser to theaters.
Overall, so like, over here also there's a drop. Though, like, you know, because of the fan bases, the main heroes' films run and all.
Yeah.
So the smaller movies, they used to run for 50 days, 100 days. There were movies that would run for like in Bollywood.
You
but
don't
now
have those days only now.
Now they have like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that's it.
My hot take is that every big actor should start an app. And on that app, you should put out your film.
Yeah.
And then make your money.
Yeah,
Cut the
that's
middleman
true.
out.
That's true.
You can profit share with whoever you like.
Yeah.
You
Imagine
can
a
profit
Prabhas
share.
app.
Yeah, seriously.
That's good.
Yeah.
We watched
Well, that
it.
would
You
be
get all
crazy.
updates of Pravas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pap clicks, everything. It's your one stop.
All Prabhas.
Well,
Yeah.
this is a good startup idea. Someone.
Yeah.
You've given
You're
a startup
welcome.
idea to someone.
Yeah.
Go Bangalore. Let's go.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask you guys, both of you are actors, right? But I'll ask you this specifically because woman who wears many hats.
Yeah.
You are extremely well spoken, dude.
Thanks, dude.
You know?
Is this the question?
No. It's like, how does one fake that?
How you are?
How does one act like that?
Yeah, how does one...
You don't fake it.
Okay, ab kaise banna hai? If I ask, it will
Okay,
become like
see.
Karate Kid question. But
I don't know. I think just good education, good exposure. My parents, amazing people, have been very like curiosity, like always like ask more questions. And then they Mr. Miyagi'd me. And now I'm Mr. Miyagi 62,000 women.
yeah. That was a very humble answer. Thank you. Naina. Very, very like, मैं तो कुछ भी नहीं हूँ. Complete contrast with your podcast persona, I must say.
But that's a character. Like the podcast is a format.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. What about you, Yuktam? Are you introvert, extrovert?
Pata nahi yaar.
Middle of both.
Pata nahi. I think middle of both.
All right.
Middle of both. I tend to like change according to the place, according to the people around me, according to the mood.
All right.
पहले वो like I mentioned pap के चक्कर में थोड़ा push कर लिया था.
Correct.
Dude, it's a serious thing. Like I'm bringing it up for the third time. I realized that. Because I'm right now in this phase where I'm speaking and all, and I'm trying to just be true to my energy right now.
Like in your young life, it must be a milestone, right?
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
That's a chapter.
It's like I think I've become this Charles कौन है Bukowski. हाँ वो वाला feel है आजकल. You know, it's that deep. Who am I? What am I trying to portray? Am I being this person, that person? That's what was going on this whole month. I felt very sick this month because I got viral twice. And I was telling you, right? Wisdom tooth and all. So this whole month I became very like,
In your head.
yeah, because of paracetamol.
No, in our Samara theatre workshop also first like I thought okay I'll learn.
These also screw with your head. I feel.
Yeah, I
Theatre
felt like I
workshops
came
and
to
all.
learn acting and
Everyone
all.
says therapeutic.
First
I feel
question-
you get more screwed and come out. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, मेरे साथ तो हुआ. Anyway, sorry, go on.
No, the first question he threw at us was like, "Who are you?"
पैसे दिया सिखा के निकलो
You know,
भाई काय
I'm sorry. 1 second. If you have to do these deep workshops for acting, na, then make corresponding cinema. You're going to go on screen and not make corresponding cinema. Then don't need to ask. I don't want to know who you are. Keep it to yourself. Like, never going to.
No, but that time I was noob. No, I really sat for 2 days just thinking who am I? Really what I want to be? I want to be a good son or what? I said
like good actor didn't come in.
Arey, you forget about acting.
Okay.
The first workshop I went to, even the coach, great actor, really respect him, but I perceived it wrongly. He had said actors shouldn't go to the gym.
ये कैसे बात
Yeah,
है?
oh,
No, seriously.
I get it.
He says because not because you'll get too focused on your looks. Because I thought that's a generic thought. So many people have told me. I was 17, that was my first workshop. So I was like, I'm getting into acting and this and that. Of course, I want to look like, fantastic and all of that.
Yeah.
That was my perception then. He said you should focus so much on the craft and all. You shouldn't go to the gym because if you lift weights, your nerves, you won't be able to transfer some technical term. If I say what term, people will know what workshop it is. So I'm not going to this thing.
That
But I took it
sounds-
wrongly.
Fake.
So, no, seriously. Seriously. I'm not kidding.
he thought science.
He was saying scientifically. So I stopped going to the gym. I wanted to look the ugliest I could.
Correct.
Because I was like, now तो I'll be a sexy actor when I go and audition. Because इतना गंदा लग रहा है ये. तो ये तो मतलब
This is
he's
coming
gonna
in the
kill it.
promo. I know. I already see the edit in my head.
So your answer for that first question.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was,
Do you need to
actors
look good and all that?
Yeah.
No, dude, I got psyched out.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I took 6 months. I'm joking about it now. 6 months because I was so serious about it. I used to imagine scenarios, and we were all BMM students. Okay, I'd gone to this college for BMM for a year and I left because I got too toxic and I think I made people around also mad.
Okay.
Because
What
I was
is
the
BMM?
guy.
Sorry.
BMM is Bachelors of Mass Media.
Okay. Like
So
mass
all were
comedy.
wannabe film students, and our first group project was understanding cinema. I was like, hey, now I'm 17. I'd assisted on this film, Secret Superstar, for like 2 months. But I thought, and I was the only guy in that college who had assisted.
Correct.
So I told them that I assisted on this film and all of that. So they were like, oh, he's a guy. And even I was like, acha, now I can lagao. Feko, full. And Feko because I used to believe also that I've come with knowledge and all. Dude, you won't believe this. We made one short film which I had written, directed where a 16-year-old, and I'm also 16, is playing my father.
Wow.
15-year-old is playing my mother. That kind of. You get what I'm saying, no? College short film. BMM.
Presented by
I-
Permit Room.
And it's called Pinky Prom. No, I'm kidding. So that film, dude, I had done this workshop fresh, and I had come. So first scene, I had written and I had just done Secret Superstar. It's a very like emotional film and all. So even I wrote something like that. I was like, father beats me up, dreams and all of that. I'm sitting with AirPods on. All those 5 other people who think I'm some big shot because I've AD'd and come are around me, and I'm listening to Ma from Tare Zameen Par and trying to cry. And then going and giving a shot like that in front of one light, waiting. It's been 10 minutes. That teardrop is not falling. And I'm like, no, gliss I cannot use. I'm a purist. I will not use gliss. I kept waiting till my eyes welled up and became red to cry.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. No, not commitment. It's damn stupid.
Yeah, no one ever said commitment. I'm so
So
sorry
yeah, it
to
took me
break
6
it
months,
to
but I
you.
went into. Then we started doing this as a practice because my friends were so impressed. So we all used to sit,
And
5
cry to
boys, 6
cry?
boys, and cry to Ma.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who said men aren't in touch with their emotions?
Yeah, dude.
What
They are
about you
sensitive
guys?
people.
Like acting, I don't know anything about acting.
I'm saying you're also kind of going against the grain. You are the pulse of like culture here because you're doing Permit Room. We're talking about a lot of cinema. How did that come about? How are you feeling? What's the projection of where you want to be with Permit Room?
It's starting from here. Like that is like where do you see yourself from 5 years?
No, just
No,
emotionally. Like where do you want to be
No.
with this? Where?
Yeah, so Permit Room Presence was like the ultimate. We were discussing last time when we were having a discussion that I want to see a Permit Room Presence on a silver screen. And it started off with Pinky Promise.
Promise.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you guys want to be presenters of.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
like eventually probably make movies and
Oh,
stuff
that's
like that.
awesome.
Dude, lovely, man.
You guys should
Touch
think
wood,
about
that
an
will
app.
happen.
An app would be a great entry point.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we have spoken as much as possible. The inner podcaster is coming out too.
And I think now it's time for the
Mukesh.
director to step in.
Yeah.
So that we
Mr.
can talk about his film, which is called
Pinky Promise.
Pinky Promise. All right. Hello, welcome, Mukesh.
Hello.
What was he like as a director? Did he guys give you a lot of shit?
Oh,
Did he
No, I'm
use 10 sentences to make 2 points?
He's super passionate.
Oh my God.
and he was just so invested in this film. And the great thing is that he had a very clear vision. And that's all the makings for a good director.
No. The first thing that came to my mind was on day 3 when we were shooting, after lunch, there was a good 1 hour where my brain just didn't work.
Okay.
And someone's come and said, this is missing, that's missing. And I'm just looking at Naina, being like, dude, I'm out, I've tapped out. So you take over for some time. You tell me what needs to happen. So yeah.
Oh, so you ghost
No,
director?
No, I did not go
That was just helping like me like this.
No, you know, the thing is, the natural tendency of any first-time director, especially somebody who's worked in other parts of filmmaking, and that's the biggest curse, is that you start doing every other job except yours.
Correct.
Right? So that's the only thing that I felt. I was like, Mukesh, just do what you need to do. He's
Yeah.
looking at everything. He's getting stressed. And then when it's time to say action, the guy's in some other world.
Yeah. There's a good, post lunch, you had a heavy lunch on set and then there was 1 hour.
He
that
was severed.
But I think the rest of it went well. I think we did a
it
lot
was
of
very
Yeah.
smooth. Very smooth. We shot for what, 3 days?
3 days.
3 days.
2.5, but yeah.
Damn smooth. And again, like she said, he was so clear about what he wanted.
Yeah.
It was pretty clear. In fact, there was no seriously, man. So it was a breeze. Of course, everything went real quick and stuff, but that's how it is on every set, I feel.
Yeah.
But I think
And I feel people really technically underestimate the job of a director also on an indie project like this to finish in the required time.
Yeah.
So he's made that happen. He's got everything he wanted on paper. Right?
Yeah,
So
that I
that
think was
is, I feel, that's
that
one
was
big
the,
win.
I was so it's so weird. I was gonna say that was the actors. Just quick. Everyone's like 1 take, 2
My
take
God.
max.
Yeah.
Arre wah.
Man, these directors
That's too
and
much.
actors with their fucking
We are all
humiliating
licking each
and
other's
actual
asses.
masturbation.
the ass licking.
I'm waiting for one director to say,
Ass
हाँ मैं गांड फाड़ पिक्चर बनाता हूँ, मैं great हूँ.
हाँ मैं गांड फाड़ picture
I
बनाता
have to
हूँ.
say, yeah, but yeah, I mean,
The biggest thing is, I think the coolest thing of this, that has nothing to do with his talent, is that he's doing it in different languages.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
man.
very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now that's your idea, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I think was the thing that excited me the most. That
Correct.
you could take a love story and tell it across 3 languages. Actually, we wanted more languages. I was like Bhojpuri, Gujarati, Bolo, Assamese, whatever.
Correct.
But
Yeah.
uh,
You know, now in IPL, there's an Indian sign language.
Yeah.
that started.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I have no jokes there, please. Hey, hey,
Yeah,
hey.
I know.
I'm just, yeah. So why did you choose them though? Because in your first film also, you had a decent star cast.
yeah.
How did you arrive at casting these 2 people?
So I think Naina I'd met her first before Class came out. And then I wrote the short film and we had a basic relationship as friends or whatever. And then I think when there was a point when you were writing the character and then you're slowly like, okay, you know what, I want to ask her because she seemed fun and she was good. And I think I'd seen some bits of what she had done. I was like, then so yeah, she is a well-spoken girl, you know. You sort of write in a bit and because you sort of instinctively.
it's urban pretty.
Urban, pretty well
That was
spoken.
the casting brief, okay?
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, but so in my head, I think you slowly start writing it also because you want her. You're like, this is who I want, and then you go and ask her. With Yuktam, I had nobody in mind.
Rural
right?
poor.
Huh?
Yeah.
With Yuktam, I had no one in mind, and then suddenly, somehow, I got access to his casting video for Lavyapa.
Oh, God.
And it was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. And it's a scene that I think it's there in the final film also. when
Which one did you watch?
oh my God, you don't know this? Oh, sweet.
I don't know which one. You had told me watch something.
Yeah, there's a video of you doing a TikTok video and you're dancing
God,
around.
yeah. I had sent them a rehearsal video.
Yeah, and he looks like an absolute clown in a good way. And then I was like, okay, this guy is Sudhar for sure.
All right. Well done, Naina and Yuktam. What did you guys think of the whole episode so far? Since
The
you are
episode.
this
It was good.
episode.
I think I did a great job.
I was going to ask you to talk about us, but I'm sure. But
Oh, wait, you can't
maybe
be like-
actors are so
I'm
selfish.
sorry, 2 minutes ago, you can't be like, I want actors to be like, have that comment. And then when someone shows it, you just shout her down immediately.
It's okay. It's part of my job. Men shooting me down.
I stood up for her.
Yeah. Not all.
I stood up for her.
What about you, Yuktam? What do you have any final
What do you
thoughts
think about
before
men
I-
shitting on women, huh?
About men sitting on women? No. It's not. I'm not going to make another pickleball and chess comment on this.
Yeah.
No, man, y'all were great. Like, I was super confused in the beginning because I never done this shit before. But it was so much fun. You guys really made me super comfortable. I don't know if y'all tried to do that. Oh, I just became
Now one
comfortable.
tear is going to come out.
I'm trying to get to that. I'm trying to kill my monologue. But yeah, man, it was great fun. Great fun. In fact, I want to talk for 2 or 3 more hours, but ये format में time नहीं उतना.
Correct.
But मजा आ रहा है. You all were really
fun.
And really like. See, I've never done this before, so I can go on. So I'll give you 2 hours more of what I felt. But no, seriously,
Yeah.
you guys were really. You all made me comfortable, and I was super happy about that.
Yeah. Thank you. No, I'm just cutting it short because again, compliment अभी.
So
Compliment है, बहुत
what do
बोर हो
you
गया
think?
यार मैं.
This is your first time presenting a film?
Yeah, presenting a film, but I was also excited because I've seen the short film. Also, I've been following you for a while, so I was a little like, okay, come on, because it's like calling Tendulkar to your house and asking him to play nets cricket.
My
with you.
God.
Not really. Also,
Bruh.
No,
That is the cherry on top of ass licking Sunday.
Yeah, that's true. No, so
Silence.
I'll just end with our final questions, which is that we ask all our guests this. If we didn't ask you this, Mukesh.
Okay.
When if aliens come to Earth and they take us away, we're going to another planet, right? But the aliens have heard about human rights because they studied social sciences,
Yeah.
right? They are evolved people. They are not the monsters we portray them to be. They allow you to take 5 movies to outer space that you can watch. What will be those 5 movies?
Can I pick series?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Handmaid's Tale. Cough.
And notice a pattern.
Yeah. Just, Broad City.
Broad
which
City.
is like a comedy, stoner comedy.
Okay.
Maybe like Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
Kuch hota hai, good choice.
Yeah.
It's revisiting the roots, yeah.
And Pushpa.
And Pushpa. Are you just saying that because you're in Hyderabad and you're like, I'll just get Come on, that's such an obvious.
I swear, I saw Allu Arjun in Goa.
Okay.
And I really tried to just touch his shoulder, but I was shooed away. Yeah.
But it
It's
was
incredible
down.
how we all say I saw Allu Arjun in Pushpa and her story is like, I saw him in Goa.
Yeah. All right, what are your 5? What?
5 movies.
That you will take.
So there's this very crazy film I watched recently. It's called Pinky Promise. So
wow.
that's
This
one.
is sick now. Start again. This is not fair.
Films. First, even I'd like to start with the series Breaking Bad. Ultimate favorite. Ultimate favorite. I've watched it like thrice. Because I didn't understand it the first time. No, I'm kidding. Breaking Bad. I watched this Malayalam film I was telling you now. Minnal Murli.
Minnal Murli, the
What a
superhero film.
Superhero film. What a film.
It's a great film.
That
Great
film. Recently I watched this. What was that film, dude? I've been watching this series called The Studio.
Oh, yeah.
Love The
Yeah.
Studio. Super funny, super interesting. They've also gone little. क्या था वो one take show?
Adolescence.
Adolescence. So it has kind of like many episodes are stretched out like that. 2 more na after name. Shawshank. I really like Shawshank Redemption.
Come on. IMDb
Completely.
#1 movie of all time you'll take.
No, seriously, worth the
Okay,
hype.
you really like the movie.
Worth the hype. I really, really like that film. It hit me hard. I really like that film. And last kya?
Gaddar.
Yeah, correct. Kick for Nawaz. Kick.
Okay.
Kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick for Nawaz.
Kick for
For
Nawaz.
Nawaz.
He's
What's that,
very
dude?
niche.
Because he's that kind. He's not a regular actor.
Regular,
buddy.
no. I'm like one of those.
A
you know,
regular guy would watch it for Salman, but he's a little
Yeah.
different.
I mean, that indie vibe, you know.
Yeah. Correct. What about you, Mukesh? What are the 5 things you would take to space?
I think somehow the first thing that came to mind was Lagan because I remember it's the best of everything. It's a cricket match and a movie. So Lagan for sure. Then I think there's a Telugu movie called Atadu which I'll take for sure, which I absolutely love. Then there's a movie called Lives of Others, which is some Polish German movie. I don't even know the original language, some European language,
Yeah.
which is very very beautiful and
Isn't that the guy where the guy's German movie? I think he's spying on
when
this.
he's over here
Yes,
spying
yes.
on a couple,
Yeah,
and
great
then he
movie.
fixes their love story.
Yeah.
Which I and it's a full tragic film which I liked.
Yeah.
Then there's a movie called The Reader. That's
Oh
the
my
first
God.
movie I cried for, like as a teenager. I was like, oh, I like cool movies like Pulp Fiction, and I saw The Reader, and I was like, I wept.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Kate
man.
Winslet.
Kate Winslet and Rafi. I think he's 4, yeah, enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You can always borrow their series.
Yeah, I'll borrow
That they
Pushpa.
take. Cool. All right. That brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you so much,
Thank
Naina.
you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, man. Thank
Yuktam.
you.
And keep doing great work. And we hope to see you in like more big films. And then if you ever come to Hyderabad, please visit the Permit Room again.
Yes.
And
Okay.
just tell people to watch Pinky Promise, and then we'll cut.
Please watch Pinky Promise.
No, guys, please watch Pinky Promise. We made it with a lot of love and effort and this and that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's begging, huh? He's straight up pleading.
Yeah.
I have to say too.
Yeah.
Hey, watch, man. They're very good actors. It's such a nice film. Watch it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. We're done.
Thank you.
Thank you.